Alrighty, folks, your Buffalo Sabres lose their home opener for nothing. For nothing. Yes, you heard that right, to the New York Rangers. I got to turn this music off. Yeah, that wasn't my favorite game to watch. After a first period where the Sabres really got dominated by the Rangers, they got outshot 16-11. They found their footing a bit throughout the rest of the game, out shooting the Rangers toward the end. But it just wasn't, all the pieces weren't there. Did not help that, Owen Power, Zach Benson got ruled out right before puck drop. Michael Kessling was in the lineup, and I'm really just worried about what is going on now with Josh Stone. End of the game. Face-off happens in the neutral zone. He stays down. I don't know what happens. Lindy Ruff, I'm sure, is going to talk about it. He will be asked questions in the post-game. I'm sure that's going to happen while we're live here. So if you're watching, following along, comment. Tell me how you're feeling after this game. If you see any news on Norris as well. But yeah, we're really looking forward to this. Waited 175 days from the last Sabres game when they played the Flyers to this. It was really a 1-0 game. And you heard Lindy Ruff all off season talk about the importance of winning 1-goal games. Most of the games are 1 goal. And you see the 4-0, you know, watch the game. It took until I'll pull it up here when they started, really going in for the Rangers, but it was at the end of the third, really. So Susie made it 2-0 with 5 minutes to go, and then they scored shortly after that, and then an empty netter. So realistically, a 1-goal game, and they couldn't tie it, and instead the floodgates opened up, which wasn't good, not ideal whatsoever. But I think that's the importance of it. And I think the Sabres offensively, it's, not to quote Sean McDermott, but there's players on this roster, but they just weren't in the right spots. The Sabres power play, they went 0 for 4. And they had a lot of great chances. And they mainly came off of one-timers from either, Tage Thompson, Josh Stone had a couple. And I'll break this down after the game when I do a proper film breakdown of what went wrong for the Sabres on the power play. But it was super small stuff. And speaking of things, that aren't small stuff, Mr. Zach Sheldon Maniac, let me get you. I see you on the stage here. I got to change some layouts around, but folks, give me a couple seconds as I get this taken care of. But yeah, this game was not my favorite in the world. Zach, I think you're on the stage now. Do I got you?
I'm here. I don't want to. Yeah,
No,
I
you're
don't know. I
good.
know
Just
I'm the
get.
voice of a ghost here, much like the Sabres offense today.
Yeah, it was something.
Appreciate you
Tell me
having
how
me
you're
on.
feeling.
I mean, my spin zone on this game is there's two things. One, I thought Alex Lyon looked great.
Yeah, he
But
was great. Only reason
small
the game was.
sample, so we got to see a lot more from him. But if we see a lot more of that, I think we'll be in a good spot. The only spin zone I truly have for you is that if they had won 6-0 tonight, like they wouldn't have been any closer to like it's like we are steering a big bulky ship and we need to turn it around in a pile of poop sludge. And it's just not anything that's going to happen like super easily. And
Yeah,
I mean, I know now again, I would have loved a W. I would have loved any offense whatsoever. I would have loved, anything, especially for that sold out arena. The poor fans, who deserve so much better. And
the
I know
next
that's
game
been
is going to
said,
be rough.
till we're blue in the face. But those are the only two spin zones I have is that Alex Lyon played great. And truthfully, it's going to be a long process to get this team going in the right direction anyways. So, one game doesn't define that. They can easily win 3 games and be 3-1. But again, it just, this 1 out of 82 tends to get looked at a lot more than the other 81.
Yeah,
Because of,
especially the talk in the offseason, Zach. You see all the analytics guys saying like, "Oh, this is it. This team's going to be good."
in blackjack, sometimes you get a bad hand and you just surrender. So in blackjack, you surrender. You give up half your bet just to agree to lose, basically.
Yep.
I think that's what the analytics guys would do right now with their predictions on the Sabres because they cannot be feeling good after one day. But I guess what would your quote unquote positive spin zone be?
The positive spin zone is, it can get better from here. It's and they were missing a lot of key guys. Like you look at it, the Sabres had to elevate their bottom six pairing defensemen to play top 4 minutes. You had to
Yeah.
have Jacob Rice and Ryan Johnson plays your third line pairing. The reason that first goal goes in, you have that deep pair out with your fourth line. They can't get the puck out back of the net. Like little things like that. You look at a 1-goal game maniac and having
I think we're running out of runway for the Peyton Krebs truthers,
oh
unfortunately.
yeah,
I hate to say it. I've always loved his play style.
yep.
Definitely the mantra and his mentality definitely fits Buffalo, but unfortunately, I think we're just about at the point where we're pretty aware of what his floor and ceiling are.
Yeah, and that really hurt the Sabres forward line too, where you had Krebs on offense on that first line. He looked good in the preseason there, just could not figure it out with Thompson and Norris tonight. Then they just kind of rotated guys through. Zucker became that first line winger. That really wasn't working too much.
And
That
keep
first
in
line,
mind, this is a Rangers team that just played 2 nights ago and
yep,
got thwomped in the most magical arena of them all. So
yeah,
maybe you could argue at a professional level, maybe the Rangers came in with like a chip on their shoulder, but I mean to not take advantage and not be able to look at what the Penguins did on film and do that to the Rangers. I mean, I guess it's hard to say the defense played like badly because they essentially allowed 1 goal through
yep,
55 minutes or something.
yep.
But it's again, sample size will eventually tell us more, and that could be a good thing or it could be a very, very bad thing.
Yeah, and I think the more I keep talking, the more I keep spin zoning myself that offensively, the Sabres just took any chance they had to shoot a puck, basically right at the chest of Igor Shesterkin, who is one of the top goalies in the NHL, making north of $10 million. You can't expect to win a game like that, just shooting from the outside like what they were doing. There wasn't a ton of net drive, not a ton of traffic to make his life difficult. So, game one in the books. Maniac, unfortunately, the Sabres are not going 82-0 this season. But it is just the fact of, okay, this is where they're at. What do they do next? They got to show up next game offensively. Still worried
Yeah,
about
I mean,
Norris, him
again,
going down.
like I give them credit because going into this year, and I've heard them all, I've seen them all. Oh, this is a new culture.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new, et cetera, et cetera, new. Nobody really said that going into this year. They said it was, something that was going to take effort to turn around, that the fans deserve
Yep.
better, that they wanted to, get things going in the right direction. So it's like, you know, I give them credit for that, but at the same time, yeah, it's hard not to look at this first game. I mean, it's like that, like the Sabres and the Jets, unfortunately, are just very tied
Hand in hand.
together. That when they look pathetic too, on top of their, playoff droughts, they just look so pathetic,
If this game
like
happened in like
absolutely embarrassing.
middle of December, like no one would bat an eye. But to be the home opener, to be all this, you have a full arena. Who knows the next time that's going to happen now?
I mean, I guess if we're looking for more good spin zone, the Tage Thompson Parm sandwich sold out. So
That it looked good too. I heard a lot of rave reviews, but I think Maniac, the issue was they held this. The whole big thing this offseason was what's the goal song going to be? We're going to have this fan vote. Then the fans vote to keep the same song that gave us a 14-year playoff drought, and we didn't even get to hear it. So maybe as fans, we look in the mirror. Even though I voted,
terrible week for Buffalo sports songs. You have Mr. Brightside being played in a tie game and they lose, and then you have a goal song that doesn't even get played. Just
no more
absolutely
music.
pathetic. Yeah,
Yeah,
music
that's
is banned. Music is banned from Western New York going forward in Western New York sports.
Yeah, unless it's the Train Wreck Today theme song, which doing pretty good.
Yeah, shout out down on that
Josh
one.
Mooney, fake vote. Maybe they still want to pay for licensing for another song, but that was my first big letdown for the day. I tweeted that cancel the season.
You did say
I
season's over at 5.
it might have been right.
When I saw that from you at 5 p.m., I should have known to hammer the Rangers on the money line tonight.
Yeah, I made that for fun, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's really ringing true that they're never going to score a goal this season at home because of this goal song. So maybe we change some votes around and get us something a bit better for game 2 at home, Zach. But
it's just hard for it to be worse than it is right now. It's like Yeah, I mean, like 3-0
81
in
more
the first
games.
period would have been worse, but it's like they find a way to like, they don't just shoot you in the head. Like they flay you. They take a little
Yes.
a little little paper cut here, a little paper cut there, and then and that's how they did tonight. I mean, you're telling yourself through 40 minutes, oh, they haven't played well, but they've been sound enough defensively. And if they play a good 20 minutes, we get out of here with 2 points and nobody cares. And it
Yeah.
really is just like it is a week to week league in the NFL. It is a get the 2 points and who cares situation every single time out. And yeah, this was like, I don't know, like, what did you think in the third period? Because I was kind of going in and out of it. But what
hmm
did you think in the third period? Did they come out with their heads on fire with 20 minutes to go, or was it kind of the same old shit?
They were kind of ramping up. Like the second period was significantly better than the first. It wasn't like, oh, the Sabres are dominating every aspect of this game against the Rangers, which I was kind of hoping because it's a Mike Sullivan coach team for the Rangers. His first year there, I thought they'd kind of fall into a little bit of a defensive trap, but no, the Sabres were there. They had chances. Their power play had a million one-timers, but yeah, right to the chest. The offense was just very one-dimensional.
Right between the N and the G on the Rangers.
Oh yeah, it was yeah, not giving themselves the best chances to score. They had a couple when they had some chaos in front, but I'm just going to tell myself this is a learning experience. They're going to build from this, and the way they get better is it was simple things offensively, maniac, like getting traffic in front, like
And
yeah,
even as much as they're like very different,
hmm
these sports teams tend to like bleed into one another. Like Jordan Greenway, he's not an all pro like Matt Milano is, but
hmm
like he's kind of like the Matt Milano of the Buffalo Sabres that
and Josh Norris always hurt
everyone
too.
seems to think we're so much better with him in the lineup, but we can never keep him in the
Yeah,
lineup. So it's kind of like irrelevant. Like it's like, oh yeah, I'm always in a better mood when I'm getting like good sleep, but I never get good sleep. So like who gives a shit? Like it's just an absolutely tough process. It's tough to, it's just tough to take. When the Bills drought was going on,
hmm
it's like in 2017 when they started losing those games really badly. They had a really bad loss to the Jets in November. They lost to the Saints by like 30 in November in 2017. When that happened, like you don't see any way out of it. Like you're not going
yeah,
to see a way out of it until it actually happens, until the Sabres start winning. And the Sabres, unfortunately, like between, the 2018, like 10 game streak and then, some of the other good starts, it's like you wouldn't believe in the Sabres. I mean, I don't think a smart
yeah,
person would until like February 1 or March
hmm
1. Like
yeah,
honestly, right? Because you'd have to see them do it. So when you have an October 9th performance like this, like it didn't even get to 10 p.m. On October 9th, the home opener, before it was just like demoralizing and the life
yeah.
was sucked out of you. So it's very, I mean, this team does not make it easy. Like there could be a study done on how much people really love this team because people would just not like we had that one guy crashing out outside the stadium.
Yeah, that was a crazy video.
Just takes the gas right out of you.
Yeah, it's a frustrating night, but I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but they have 81 more games to play this season.
What
Um,
happened to Norris? I missed that.
oh, end of the game, probably like 2 minutes left. Took a face off like right in front of the Sabres bench. They didn't show the face off because they're like doing some talking shit, and he was just like on all fours on the ice for a couple seconds, and then they like got off slowly, and we haven't seen him since. So
Sounds like something with the Sabres. Just
yeah,
an off screen 6 to 8 week injury in game one.
yeah. So we're hoping for the best. I haven't seen any news yet, so if anyone watching, Lindy Ruff is just live now, so I'm assuming that's the first question asked. So
All
we'll
right,
see.
I will clear out of here so you can get into some actual analysis versus my
No,
nonsense and some.
no. I think I'm about to wrap her up too and
Okay, I don't want to
break
speed
into a
away.
recording. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. And maybe the next time we're doing a post game, there's maybe a smile or two, and not what we saw.
Who do we play on Saturday? The Bruins.
Yeah, Bruins.
at Bruins?
I believe. Let me pull it up. But
It's got to be at Bruins.
Saturday we are. Yeah, at Bruins, 7:00. So
All right, we'll be 1-1. We'll be
that's a
1-1
winnable game.
Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw times where
we all are. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Rasmus Ristolainen, we've all been through it.
Yeah. More fun, there's no such thing as a free W with
the Sabres.
But the Bruins are bad.
The Sabres could turn a bye week into a loss.
Yeah, so we'll see. We got a couple days to regroup until Saturday against the Bruins. Goose is not happy either.
Goose, come on.
Yeah, no camera etiquette anymore, but we'll see what that brings. Josh, I
will say again, it's like that's my biggest thing is just that even if they won 4-0, like we're still in it,
this is a great loss.
We're still in the fog of the drought and everything like that. So it's like long season. What I would say, if you're really going to form an opinion on this year's team, and this isn't like a spin zone to buy them out of a shitty ass opener, but like you got to do it at like at least 5 to 10 game stretches. You can't just assess one game.
Oh my God.
Thing we know is that Lyon played great and nobody showed up to score a goal in downtown Buffalo tonight.
Yeah. And Buffalo is a team too, when it rains, it pours, for both negative, but also offensively. You see, they had a ton of chances where they should have scored, either hit a post, hit the chest. If they start actually hitting their spots, the Sabres get 3-4 home, and we're having a great night right now. So we'll see what the rest brings.
Well, hopefully we got a Saturday ahead where we go 1-1, and I do know that tomorrow we got a Friday ahead where we will be popping over to Batavia Downs for 34 Rush. Let's get the weekend started. Some football action, MLB, all kinds of fun. We'll be able to see everybody at 34 Rush tomorrow at Batavia Downs.
Whoa.
All right, you're not getting let off the hook, Gates. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Hey, see you, Zach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have boots on the ground. Michael Bunty, you were at the game. How you feeling?
I'm feeling awful right now, Gatesy. My wife is pissed at me. I've tried to figure this out in the freezing cold for the last 20 minutes while delaying us going to the car. She just wants to go home. I can't blame her. She just had to watch 2.5 hours of shitty hockey. But yeah, good times, Gatesy. I joked about it earlier. I said that we might not get that goal song today, and we did
karma. We deserve that after us as fans voting for Kickstart My Heart. After all that,
like, what are we doing? What, like, that all that hoopla just to pick the same song?
Like, if we're gonna have a vote, get it out of there.
You know what's funny, Gatesy? Earlier today, AJ was talking about how he wanted to be on Crossing Swords more and talking Sabres hockey, and now he's already saying the season's over after one game. So, well, let's never allow that to happen.
But the season's over. Yeah, we're done.
But here's what I will say: like, the start was obviously pretty poor, getting outshot 12-2 early, giving up the early goal. It's not what you wanted to see. I thought they recovered pretty well after that. The first couple power plays, they actually generated a good amount of chances.
Yeah.
The second period, they pretty much took control. But you gotta find a way to put the puck in the back of the net. The closest they hit the post, Catherine over here. But the third and fourth power plays. Catherine, say hello quick.
Hi. I tried to get hit by a car. It's that bad.
Yeah, but the third and fourth power plays were awful, and I feel like they actually lost momentum from those power plays. They stopped moving, and like, this is a game where I really wish Benson was playing, because having Krebs play with Thompson and Norris, he's not skilled enough to be on a top line, and then your fourth line takes an impact. And I thought the second and third lines were all right at times, but like, this is one of those games where you're going up against a really good goalie. They fall behind 1-0 early, and they just you tell they were kind of trying to force things. And that third period, it was just a bunch of the Rangers just clearing the puck, not able to really get much possession in the offensive zone. And I went before the Rangers scored. Was it Susie scored the second goal? I said,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh," because even like both the first two goals, the Sabres had opportunities where they should have been able to get the puck out of the zone. I think the first one they
Yep.
had a chance and the Rangers kept it in, and then the
Valentine
second
couldn't get it
one,
out.
yeah, the second one, I don't know if it was Darlene in the corner or near the
Yeah.
boards, but it looked like they had an opportunity to where they should have gained possession and maybe done something with it. And then next thing you know, they're getting a point blank shot and they cashed it in. And like at the end of the day, people are gonna look at the final score. They're gonna be like 4-0, and they'll be like, "Oh, the Sabres got owned." Like Sabres didn't get owned. This was a 50-50 game that could have gone either way. But when you
1-0
can't
with
find the
5
back
minutes
of
to go in the
yeah,
third.
when you can't find the back of the net, like and this fan base absolutely like despises everybody. Like this isn't how you win over a fan base. And like every year, it seems like it starts this way in the opener, and it's tiring. And like I always say, it's only 1 out of 82 games. Like when AJ is giving me crap about it, like I'll be like, one Sabre, like you need to lose 4 or 5 in a row in hockey to equal one NFL loss in terms of like percentage of a game, like 182 versus 117th. But
Yep.
like it's frustrating, man, because like the Rangers aren't a good team. They just lost to the Penguins 3-0. Like these are the games you gotta find a way to win. And then when you had the Panthers and Colorado coming up next, like you could be staring at an 0-3 start. Like
Well,
so
they have Boston on Saturday, so that's one where you can get under your
okay,
belt.
Boston, like that's a game you gotta win.
You got to win. We got must-win
But
games in October.
well, I mean, like you hate to say it, but like really for like this, the crowd's already booing them.
Yeah.
Like they're like
Loud.
Sanderson's getting
They were
booed
loud
as
on the
he
broadcast.
yeah, dude, and like deservedly so. Like
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
here's the thing that sucks. Like you don't want to like it's not a good signal when fans are booing the team after like 40 minutes of hockey. But like it's been 14 years, and now it's getting to the point where some of these guys have been on the team for 4 or 5 years. Like you got to be better. And like I think that was, and I know the metrics say that like, oh, they could be a 90-point team. You're telling me that you could have made a move that could have made a guarantee that you could have been a 90-point team, or you could have maybe been projected to be a little better. Like it's I don't know. This team never rises to the occasion when they have an opportunity. And that's like the frustrating thing for me is it's like every time we want to give them the benefit of the doubt and like a chance to rise to the occasion, they lay an egg. And it's like I know in the hockey sense, it's one game. It shouldn't be like a massive deal, but you're just afraid one game's going to turn into two, two's going to turn into three, and then next thing you know, like it's in October, you're 4 games under 500, and you're going to have to play amazing hockey down the stretch, and it's like you trade away your best goal scorer, not your best goal scorer, one of your best goal scorers,
Yes.
and everybody talks about how are you going to make it up offensively, and then you lay an egg in your first game and don't score a goal, like Gatesy, like in the grand scheme of things, this game is like very minor, like it's not a big deal. But like, there's a lot of Sabres fans. I won't even say Sabres fans because a lot of people have turned on the team. There's a lot of Buffalo sports fans that will tune in tonight just to be like, have they turned things around? And good luck convincing those people to go to games now. Like
You had all those people there tonight, Bunty.
you just laid a 4-0 egg in front of a sellout crowd. And these players, like they say how like the booing's only gonna get worse if they keep this up. And it's like, I don't know. It's like I said, the last thing I'll say, it's tough. Like you had no Owen Power, no Kesselring. Like that second pair D will make a difference in games. Benson playing will make a difference for the top line. But like as AJ told me in the chat earlier, like they didn't score a goal. Like this wasn't the defense today. Like this was the offense didn't generate stuff. So like it's really hard to be like, well, Power and Kesselring are really going to improve that. The one thing that Power can improve the Sabres from a goal scoring perspective is that he's a very good offensive defenseman.
He can get pucks through as well.
Yeah, so like that makes a difference. But man, it's tough. Like people are going to take away that the Sabres were dominated. They were not dominated in this game, but the score shows that they were. And man, it's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything that was said in the offseason of winning 1-goal games. That was the team's focus. They got to be able to win 1-goal games. And this was a 1-goal game. It's 1-0, 5 minutes to go in the third. Then, the floodgates opened for the Rangers. And yeah, that sucks. You see no Benson tonight. The goal scoring wasn't there. We really talked about what's the second, D pairing going to look like with Power Kesselring. They're not playing. It was just a lot built up to not really seeing the full picture. Josh Norris goes down at the end of the game, and it's really concerning on what that looks like for him. I don't know if anyone
that
watching,
didn't look great from my angle. He looked like he was in
we
pain.
couldn't
He
even
was
see it on
crouched over, had
broadcast.
some people checking him out.
Yeah, they were just looking.
So
yeah, wasn't good.
And
but
it's hard
Bunty-
because when you're at the game, it's a different perspective than when you're watching on
Oh, yeah.
TV. On TV, some of these on TV, sometimes you see these turnovers, you see these mistakes, and you're like, oh, that's just a bad pass. And you're playing the results game. You're just seeing the result. The first two power plays, it did look like they had good things going. A couple times a pass was off, or they they overthought. They got cute a few times. And
Yeah,
then
they're
there was
taking some
chances
wide
with
one-timers,
rebounds
too.
in front of the net. It felt like they couldn't get their sticks on the puck in front of the net. And I don't know how you'd say the forecheck looked today, but it just didn't look like there was really enough to it. Very dump the puck, put a guy there, make it look like you're putting an effort, but really not much resistance. And I don't know, man. It's one game. At the end of the day, it's one game. We have to tell ourselves that, but it's tough to continuously say that every year because, like I said, they start 0-3 last year, and it's a constant. And the frustrating thing for me is I think there's too much talent on this team to be as mediocre as what they are, and
Yes.
at the end of the day, you and I can always point to they traded Peterka to get better defensively with Kesselring, get a partner for power, and Doan is going to help that third line.
He was great.
But if they struggle to score goals, and the losing this year ends up being because they fell from 10th to 25th in goal scoring, we're going to be talking about that all year. And at the end of the day, if they want to get over the hump, they need to start spending more money. They have to spend more money. Don't build the hope you can be in the wild card race.
Yeah. They have a ton of big contracts coming up this year. Top of my mind, Kesselring, Doan, and Benson all need to be re-signed, and they're making a combined less than $3 million right now. So the money's not going to be there for sure. And plus they're going to pay Jeff Skinner $6.5 million not to play next season. So I don't know. It's they all this is the self-inflicted cap-wise, but it's one game, and Benson will be back next game. Power will be back at next game, all things considered for both of them. Kesselring will be back soon. Unsure on Norris, what that looks like for him. But you got to think there's players on this roster. There's guys here they've produced in the past. It's getting them in the right spots to do it. And for me, Bunty, they didn't do the little things right offensively. They didn't score. They weren't damn guys in front of the net. They were just putting at the chest. They're just shooting pucks to shoot pucks for no reason. They can figure that out. That's a teachable thing. And I think there's things there where it's not like they got dominated by a bad Rangers team. They played a Rangers team who got their, bell rung a bit. They had to show up tonight. Sullivan as a new coach, got them in the swing of things.
But fans do not want to hear that right now. They don't.
Though.
And I'll say this, Gatesy, you and I are more glass half full people. It's funny because I picked the Sabres have 87 points this year, but I'm obviously very metric driven. I'm about data, stuff like that. And I have people being like, "Oh, I thought you told me the team was going to be great this year." I'm like, I picked them to miss the playoffs.
You didn't pick them to go 82-0, Bunty.
Yeah. I didn't pick them to have a 90-point season. I picked them to have 87 points. That is an 11th place finish, a 10th place finish. how the hell are people like coming to me being like, "Oh, you said they were going to be all good"? I didn't tell anybody they were going to be good. I just said that if the over-under was 82.5 or 84.5, bet the over. And I still
Yeah.
stand by that because
Yeah.
the division isn't as
100%.
good, and this team, when healthy, is going to get some wins. But like, it's
Mhm.
funny. They responded to this. They win the next 4 in a row. We look at this and we're like, "Oh, that was just one like crap game." They lose
Yep.
3 in a row to start the season. Everybody's already done on the team with the team before we even get to mid-October. So like, it's I don't know. It's like I said. It's how you rebound. It like if this would have been against the Florida Panthers today, I guess maybe not Florida with them missing Kachuk and Barkov,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
if this was against like the Edmonton Oilers or the Toronto Maple Leafs or somebody like really well respected, I think we could have looked past it and been like, it's one game against a really good team. This Rangers team sucked last year. They came off a 3-0 loss in their opener. I know you said they had to rebound for their own purposes, but like that's why this looks awful. And Matt, I know you're saying my cheeks look flushed. That's just how I look. Like that's when I talk sports.
It's
This is
cold
what
outside.
happens. And Matt's actually. I always tell you this. We got
Yeah.
to get him on the show sometime. I sat in his seats today. He sat in some other seats, but
Whoa.
I wish I didn't go to the game at all. To be honest with you, it's just how it is right now at the arena. Like it was a sellout, but it
Mhm.
never even felt like a sellout because like they're trying to energize the crowd before with like all the stuff in the arena, and just nobody wants to get energized. Like there's no excitement. Nobody has any passion right now. And at the end, the Rangers fans took over. And you know what? I
Oh, they
thought
were
like I was
loud.
gonna join them. I almost wanted to join them just because like it's gotten to the point where like this team has hurt us for so long that like you want them to be like, yo, you guys are pathetic. But then at the same point, that's what like rubbed guys like Eichel and Reinhardt the wrong way. And they personally hate the city now. Like you see Eichel, he comes back. Like he has friends in the area. I know Eichel comes back to Buffalo still, but like Eichel hates he hates Sabres fans. And even Reinhardt.
Understandable.
Somebody threw him a Sabres Reinhardt jersey during the Panthers Stanley Cup celebration. Like the dude's just joking about it. Like it's like, and the thing that's sad is like Sabres fans are just frustrated of dealing with all this crap that we've had to deal
Mhm.
with for a record amount of time,
Yeah.
and the players they don't handle it well because they're like, that's not my fault. I wasn't part of it the entire time. Like the team, the organization from ownership to management to coaching is letting all of us down. So like we're just a product of that. But then they grow to hate the fans. And it's getting to the point where I saw somewhere where an insider, I forget who, said that the NHL is concerned about the Sabres and what's going on and the longevity of this losing and what it means for the franchise and its future.
Yeah.
I know that organizations are in charge of how they operate, but you almost like have to wonder, like, at one point does this drought get to like 16, 17 years where the NHL has to step in and be like, this is not good for like like they probably can't, but like it almost feels like somebody in the league has to go to Pagula at some point and be like, if you don't even try to put out a competitive product, like we're gonna strip you of your team.
Yeah. I
Like
don't know if you saw.
we'll buy you out. Like, but that will never
Mhm.
happen. Like, but it feels like it needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw Bettman answer that tonight. But they had a scrum where I think Harrington asked him, and he's like, "Oh, I have like the utmost faith in Terry Pagula. He wants to win here. He's committed to Buffalo, committed to winning." And it's
It's
just
like
like
Bettman
how much longer
realizes.
can he say
Yeah.
that?
It's like here's the problem. If we were like a bigger city, I think this would be
Yeah.
a big, big problem. It's the fact that like Buffalo's a small market. So if Pagula doesn't own the team, how many people are going to be willing to pay the 1 billion plus to own the team in Buffalo? Not many. So it's almost like Bettman's number one priority is the team staying in Buffalo and being successful. Like from like a viability standpoint. So Pagula's their best chance at staying in Buffalo and in achieving that. But Pagula pays Bettman's salary. And like
Yep.
if they were a bigger size market, you'd have to have a face to face like, yo, like you're letting down this market. You like we can get another owner that could run this team better than you. But in Buffalo, like, can they really get another owner that can do it that will keep them here. Like there'd be
Yeah.
owners that want to move them to Hamilton or Kansas City or Houston or Atlanta in a second, and it's just frustrating because I don't know, man. It's we went through the lines like 5-on-5 today. I thought for 50 minutes, the first 50 minutes, it was a neck and neck game. 1-0. They just didn't get the puck in the back of net.
Yep.
And then one poor play in their D zone, 2-0, and you knew it was over. And I just it's so frustrating because you know what, this is ultimately how everybody's going to react to it. Most Sabres fans that hate the team, they're tired of all the losing. They're going to be like, same old Sabres. Power play sucks. The coaches suck. This team can't score. They shouldn't have gotten rid of Paterka. Obviously, Alex is saying this team sucks. That's fine. Like that like it's okay if people say that.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be other, like, there's still that other side. Like the analytics people say the Sabres have a top 7 defense group. And how do you argue that when you have Darlene, Byram, Power, Kesselring? It's really hard to argue that. Then you see
100%.
and you have a 40-plus goal scorer in Tage Thompson. You have a 36 goal scorer in Alex Tuck. You have guys like Zucker, McLeod that score 20-plus, and then you have guys like Kulik that can do that in the future. Like it's hard to say on paper this team sucks, and they get lumped into the Eichel and Reinhardt years, and they get lumped into the tank years before them. I think I'm more frustrated with this team than those teams because you know what? The tank year, they truly did suck. Like they couldn't get 65 points if they wanted to. The
Correct.
Eichel years, it sucked because they had Eichel and Reinhardt, but they weren't ready yet. And they tried to surround them with a Poso and O'Reilly and Evander Kane and later Jeff Skinner. And they surrounded them with the wrong guys and the wrong coaching staff. This team struggles is so aggravating because I feel like they originally did do everything the right way. They built through the draft. They did things the right way. And then somewhere along the line, the coaching, the management, the players all failed simultaneously. The GM thought the roster was good enough and never gave them the final touches to take the next step. The coaching didn't think that they needed to adjust their game enough. And then the players never took enough personal responsibility to improve their game. So I actually have to get out of here, Gatesy, but frustrating. Hopefully they bounce back. I'm not going to freak out after one game, but I'm also not going to tell you everything is fine and that it's only one game because I've been telling people for the last 2 years, oh, it's only one game. It's only 2 games. It's only 3 games. And you know what? With this Sabres team, like they were able to recover. But you know what? Like last year, they were out of the playoffs by Christmas. So I'm not going to say it's one game. They have to figure it out. Hopefully it ends up being nothing. Hopefully, like a week from now, we're laughing like, "Oh boy, we overreacted to that Rangers game." And damn, Owen Power looks. Castle Rick has 6 assists in 3 games.
Gotta be so happy
tonight. I'm gonna feed into the. You gotta do better. Show up to the fucking occasion once, Buffalo.
Yes. It's.
But I gotta go, Gatesy.
Hey, yes. Get warm. Thanks for stopping in, Bunty. I'll land the ship, and we'll see Sabres fans very soon.
Sounds good, man, and hopefully we'll have better post-game shows throughout the season. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, next one we'll have a smile all around. All right, see you, Bunty.
Sounds good. That's it.
Yep. Alrighty, folks. That was Mike Bunt reporting live with himself and his very cold wife. And yeah, that's just game 1. Gotta keep telling ourselves, unfortunately, it's how it is. We looked at the pregame show, myself, Victor. The big things, I think I said I was looking at, it was either with him or Bunty, one of the two, was how are the Sabres going to respond when either they're down 1 or they're up 2? Are they going to, rise to the occasion or fall apart? That first period was ugly. The Rangers came out hot. And the Sabres, they weathered that storm. They gave up 1, couldn't get the puck out. And that's a goal that can't really happen. They had their fourth line out there, third pair defenseman got hemmed in, couldn't get the puck out, back of the net. it's little things like that hurt this team. The reason they're not winning games. Matt, yep, this bunt never stops. And yeah, folks, thanks for the 1,000 people that stopped in to see this very fun, very exciting Sabres loss. Yeah, Gates and goal, bunt on the forecheck. We have something going. But yeah, Alex Line was awesome in net today for the Sabres, which was huge. I mean, his stats really took a dive toward the end with those last goals, but he was the reason the Sabres were in this game. He made some big saves in the first when the Sabres were finding their legs, and the Sabres found their legs when they're down 1-0. They stayed there, but offensively, they just have some little fixes to make. I'm going to record a video after this. Probably won't sleep at all tonight, but we have, look at the power play, for example. You have a bunch of one-timers from the outside with zero net front traffic in front. You have a goal like Igor Shesterkin, one of the best goalies in the NHL. You're not going to beat him like that, especially when you're putting it right at his chest. The Sabres have skilled forwards. They just have to do the little things right. They got to get to the net. They got to drive. They got to create traffic. They got to find a rebound, because in one-goal games, things that Lindy Ruff talked about all offseason, you got to win one-goal games. They lost that one-goal game. They were down 1 with 5 minutes to go, and then the floodgates opened. Josh, yeah, good to see. I saw you tweet, and I was like, we got to do this. And yeah, glad Zach showed up, Bunn showed up, and yeah, Matt, they need to drive the net. That the skills there, like the talent's there. They have forwards who can score goals, but at the NHL level, when you're playing Igor Shesterkin, you're playing one of the best goalies in the NHL. You can't just shoot it from the outside and expect to score. I can't find the shot chart right now, but I'd say look pretty packed from the outside. Not a ton on the inside. I don't know if this is good to see or bad, but I just got sent the deserve to win-o-meter. It's got 65% for the Sabres. So we can take our hat and we can hang it on, game one. We're already breaking out the deserve to win-o-meter in the Sabres' favor. And yeah, Matt, it is that simple offensively. Like, that's why I'm not like sitting here upset, angry, yelling like, oh, this team sucks. This is the same old Sabres, which is kind of the same old Sabres to have a sellout crowd and lay an egg like this where you don't score a goal. But that's what you get when you pick the wrong goal song and you stick with the same one. Andrechuk back. Yeah, Josh agreed. But the reason I'm not like angry and pissed off, like, yeah, I'm disappointed. This sucks. But I know the way to fix this isn't, some crazy thing where you got to bring in like, a witch doctor to take this curse off, which might be cursed, but it's not from a lack of skill. They were top 10 in the scoring in the NHL last year. And a lot of times when they'd score these goals, yes, they would have skilled plays. They would have these crazy shots where they'd go, bar down, move the puck a bit. But a lot of it was, being simple, playing simple. The Sabres really focused this offseason too on having veterans in their lineup and having that kind of be a mainstay of focus compared to having some younger kids. You saw Constant Hellenius have a great camp and preseason, Radim Murka, but they went with guys who had NHL experience, and it'd be for reasons like this, you would think. Reasons where you play a game the right way, simple. And hockey is a very simple sport, and the Sabres like to make their life very, very, very difficult. But folks, we have a very, very, very long season ahead. 81 more games of Sabres hockey. Thank you, Matt, Josh, Alex, Local Evening News. Good to see you in here. And then Edward, thank you for subscribing. Thanks everyone for tuning in today, whether that be our pregame show, postgame show, anything we've done during the week. We will be back on Saturday. Sabres in Boston, 7 p.m. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on tonight, what you're expected to see on Saturday. Either tweet us at CrossSwordPod, myself at Gatesy35. Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you guys always being here and following along. We have a fun season of content ahead, both myself and my cat Goose, who is always here. But folks, we were not going 82-0. We're not going 81-1. It's going to be a longer season, but this team's going to be able to figure it out. They got to stay healthy, and hopefully everything's okay with Josh Norris. But until then, we'll see you all Saturday.